Hey, it's Jenny. I'm here at the SESAC Brunch at the Driscoll during South by Southwest with Nite Jewel. Hey, how's it going?
Very well, thanks.
Have you been to it? Have you played at the South by Southwest before?
2 years ago, yeah.
Right.
2009.
And what was that experience like?
We played 11 shows in 3 days.
Which is, I guess, that's like sort of the fairly typical South by Southwest thing. And in the course of that nearly dozen shows, what stands out most is like, was there a moment where you were like, okay, the rest of it sucked, but this was worth coming us out? Because you're here again, so something must have gone well.
Well, I'm here sort of against my will in many ways, but I think that I realized that it was a very good press opportunity and opportunity to meet people in the industry and show them what we're doing. And what we're doing now is very different than what we did then, and it's important to showcase that for people who don't know. But I'd say my favorite part of the whole thing was tailgating with a bunch of other bands by Miss B's and getting to know people and getting drunk. I mean, that was the best thing.
And so how is what you're doing now different from what you were doing then?
Well, what we were doing then is we were just playing synthesizers to backing tracks and doing like a sort of karaoke-ish thing. And now we have full band, drums, bass, guitar, synthesizer. I'm singing all new songs, and it's just like super enthusiastic and passionate and fun, and it's not in any way like pretentious or off-putting like it was before.
Has that changed the way that you record, or are you still doing like the basic A track?
Recording in the studio and recording with a live full band and doing overdubs at home and stuff, but recording everything in the studio and at times to 2-inch tape, really hi-fi.
Right. So what are the sort of pros and cons, or what do you like better about that than doing it on your own on the 8-track, and what do you miss about just you and the 8-track?
I still use the 8-track to demo stuff, and sometimes demos sound better than the songs that you end up fleshing out in the studio because the song wasn't strong enough to begin with. But most of the time what happens is the song just gets better and better and better, and you get to play off of people and people interpret your music, and it's just like the greatest gift. I mean, to record in the studio is, to me, the ultimate goal. Is to record in a studio with a bunch of great musicians, my music, my songs that I write, at times with Cole. That is just like the best thing possible. That's music for me,
Right. And so where are you currently in like album cycle terms? What do you have?
Almost done with our next full length, actually. It's slow and go, because we're doing it on our own dime mostly, and we're supposed to release a 7-inch with yours truly's new label pretty soon, and after that we'll have a 10-song record. I mean, we're trying to cut it down. We have about 15 songs, but we're just trying to cut it down and really fuse it together, mix it super professionally, just by like one of the top guys, so it's just a fully realized package,
Right. So do you have someone mixing it already?
We have someone in mind, yeah. So I'd say we're looking for like a fall release date if everything goes well.
Right. And I mean, so you do remixes, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting to me the way the remix, has become like this, it's become an asset essentially. It's like another thing that the labels can send to blogs and people can write about.
Absolutely.
But so now, I fear that there's too many remixes,
There certainly are.
So if somebody approaches you about remixing their song, what is it that you're listening for to decide whether it's even worth doing?
I'm listening for the strength of the song. It's impossible to remix a bad song, and I've actually remixed bad songs before and had to stop the process and tell the person like, hey, look, I'm not going to be able to do this. I look for a song that I can interpret completely differently. And I can put my own spin on it. So usually like sort of more open-ended songs are really good, like strong but like not too much going on. We just did a remix for a Spanish artist named Linda Murata, and it was just this really cute like Italo disco song. And I knew that we could, like Cole and I, because Cole helps me on stuff like remixes, just make it super funky and super like bad, just like tough sounding, So I like to take like some light ephemeral stuff and make it sound really tough.
Right. And is that something that that's like you view as an important part of your arsenal as an artist to do remixes?
Absolutely. I mean, it's like, yeah, maybe people shouldn't be remixing left and right. And I don't have very many remixes. I mean, I have like 2 remixes that I've ever done for me, and it's a personal choice. But I think that like when I was a kid and there was like the remix to Ignition or something like that, I mean, that remix is necessary to be out there. So for me, in my musical history, that remix was really important. And like Old Dirty Bastard, rapping on Mariah Carey songs, I mean, all this stuff is such an integral part of like rap and R&B. So I don't think you can just like say that it's not necessary. It's just can be really fun and something to dance to, you know?
Yeah. And what's some of the best music you've heard in the past year?
Well, I have a problem with keeping up with new music. It's just funny, I like DJ'd this party last night with like me and my really close friends and our new drummer, Butchie Fuego, who DJs a lot, and he just has so much new music that he DJs, and like when he put on the new songs as opposed to like the 70s, 80s, 90s stuff that we had, the crowd just went insane. And contemporary music is powerful, you know, people want to hear that. And it was a Jamie XX remix of Adele. Sick! So sick. I mean, I don't hear this stuff. I'm just not exposed to it, you know?
I guess Jamie XX just did a remix album of that last Gil Scott-Heron album.
Right.
It's supposed to be really good, yeah.
I should listen to it. I mean, I really should. I'm sure it's great. I have a lot of friends who've released new material, like, you know, Ariel Pink released a new record, Puro Instinct, Silk Flowers, and my friends, I hear their music a lot, and I just love it so much, and I think it's because they're my friends, I'm not sure. But as far as people who aren't my friends, I'd say like I think that this James Blake phenomenon is pretty interesting to me. I like the fact that he's bringing like soul and R&B into the forefront, you know, because that's what we're trying to do. And like our friends Teen Inc., we're all trying to bring this kind of era of music back. And I appreciate that he's sort of, you know, pioneering this in a more mainstream sense, you know.
Right.